Hey, this is Gary with That Dude GT Colts podcast. We're going to be talking about the Colts game last night in Indianapolis with the playoff spot on the line. I got to go through a couple stats real quick, and then we'll kind of go through analysis. C.J. Stroud was 20 for 26, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns. QBR of 88, QB rating of 134. Looks like they rushed for 2.1 yards per carry. Nico Collins, 9 receptions, 195 yards, average of 21 yards, 1 touchdown. Colts-wise, Gardner Minshew was 13 for 24, 441 yards. His QBR was 47.5. His QB rating was 71. And Jonathan Taylor carried the ball 30 times for 188 yards and a touchdown. He added 2 receptions for 8 yards on there on top of that. Colts lose 23-19 to the Houston Texans. The first play of the game for our Colts defense, man, he threw for, I think it was like a 70-yard touchdown or something like that on a play-action pass. Safety bid on the tight end in route, and Nico Collins ran a post right behind that. Was very disappointed in the defense because they did not we didn't really get pressure till the second half. C.J. Stroud had all day to sit back there and throw the ball. He's a great quarterback, though. They definitely deserve the opportunity to go to the playoffs. Too many missed passes. Gardner Minshew missed Mo Alley Cox on what could have been a touchdown pass, or at least got us into the red zone. It was a about 30 or 40-yard bomb, over his outstretched hands. He also missed we had a running back out route that he missed too on third down. That was key. And then our kicker, I don't know what Matt Gay has with hitting the uprights, but dude hit the uprights again on like a 55 or 56-yard field goal attempt. Then the Texans go down. At that point in time, it was 14-14. Texans go down. They kick a field goal, go up 17-14. We go down again. We get a field goal, 17-17. Then everybody kind of knows what happens from there. I heard a lot of talk about that fourth down play. Jonathan Taylor was hot all game. But we stuck to our identity. We throw the ball a lot on 4th and 1. Probably, I think they said they were highest in the league throwing the ball on 4th and 1. So the fact that they threw it on 4th and 1 basically is just us doing the same thing that we've always done, essentially, for the whole season. So, and then having Goodson in at running back, I was kind of shocked when they took Taylor out, took Zach Moss out. Even Zach Moss had a couple rushes, and he did a couple things for the day as well. So I was kind of surprised when they took Jonathan Taylor out and put in Goodson, number 31. I mean, dude hadn't played all game. They put him in for a key play. Not all his fault. Gardner Minshew definitely threw that ball low and behind him. He couldn't reach back and make the play. I mean, if he just would have caught it and fell forward, that's a first down. But we can't go hypothetical because obviously they get a first down, then we're within like the 10-yard line. We still got to go score a touchdown in 4 plays, but would have given us the opportunity. So sometimes I think when you get an offensive coordinator that's a head coach like Shane Steichen, he's a great coach, but he outthought himself on that play. And definitely outthought himself a lot during the game too. I mean, there were some times when we could have gone play action, but we didn't. When you're gashing them for 160-odd yards rushing, I mean, let me see. It said JT had his average 6.3 yards per carry. He had 188 yards rushing on 30 touches for 6.3 yards per carry. As long as it's a 49-yard touchdown. I don't know how you don't play action off of that at all. So I was kind of shocked that we didn't throw any play action in there. Gus Bradley and his defensive mindset, his defensive scheme, in my opinion, Gus Bradley has to go. He that bend but don't break crap, not working. We didn't really get pressure in the first half. Like I said, C.J. Stroud was just sitting back there picking us apart. And then even the second half, you get a sack, so now it's 1st and 20, and then they get a couple yards, so it's 2nd and long, and then we just sit back, let the tight end catch a 5-yard out and take it for a first down. That's the type of defensive stuff that we've been doing all season. So I think this offseason, I think they make some changes in the coaching staff, just at the defense coordinator spot. We can bring somebody in who's more aggressive. We obviously kind of got to look forward to the offseason now. looks the Jacksonville Jaguars have lost, and now the Houston Texans won the AFC South, which is absolutely nuts. Rookie quarterback goes in, wins the AFC South his first year. So rookie coach too, rookie play caller. So hopefully next year we get Anthony Richardson back healthy, and he can make some plays, make the plays that he did. Because if we had him against the Texans, man, that opens up everything. The run lanes were already open, but that dude can make plays. On a 4th and 1, he can make a play. He can definitely make the play with his feet too, whereas Gardner can't. So I think we got the opportunity to see Gardner's his limitations as a quarterback. Not quite athletic. His build doesn't really fit the bill for an NFL quarterback either. So we were able to see those things on display last night and see he is what he is. He's a backup quarterback. So, but overall, great season. I think they said we're supposed to win like 3 or 4 games, and we ended up winning 9. So that's a whole lot more than we were expected to do, and that was without our franchise quarterback. So hopefully we can get some things done in the off season and draft. I think they need to spend money. I think we need a legit deep threat receiver. Alec Pierce was disappointing. Dude got targeted 4 times, dropped the ball 4 times. Dropped the ball 3 times because there's one that was overthrown on a deep ball. He got behind the defender, and Minshew overthrew him, which probably could have been a touchdown had Minshew hit him in stride, but he didn't. He was overthrown all night. So, but Alec Pierce, I don't think he's the guy. He has shown the propensity to drop the ball a lot. I know when we played against the Oakland Raiders, he had a good game. That was his best game of his career so far. But prior to that, even playing Cincinnati, drops. This guy drops the ball a lot. He dropped a slant when we played Cincinnati, I remember, right in the breadbasket. Minshew put it right where it needed to be. Drop. Mo Alley Cox this past game against the Houston Texans, breadbasket, drop. So we need another dynamic offensive player at the receiving. It could be a tight end. It could be a receiver. Just somebody that is a game breaker, because Michael Pittman got taken away that second half. He had most of his catches were on the first drive. I think he had 3 or 4 catches the first drive. Ended up with 5 catches for the game. So they took him out of the game the rest of the game, bracketed coverage. He's not very fast, so you can't really – the only thing – you press him at the line, you got a safety over the top, you have a linebacker inside essentially. That's where he works his routes. So, but he didn't really get targeted much the second half of the game. So definitely was running the ball. We ran through Jonathan Taylor, which I agree with, because Jonathan Taylor is the best player we got on our offense, so you run it through him. But I think coming into next season, you add Anthony Richardson with Jonathan Taylor, and maybe Anthony Richardson can help get – I knew he was good. He was good with Josh Downs as the slot receiver, but I think he can get more out of Alec Pierce maybe. So maybe next year you get Anthony Richardson in the lineup, he gets healthy, and he can get more out of the deep threat that Alec Pierce is. Because I even think Gardner Minshew don't even be looking deep that much, because when we played Oakland, he missed Alec Pierce on a deep post. He's going across the field, and dude's wide open, and I don't know what Minshew was looking at. So, but all in all, good season. I think Shane Steichen did some great things. I think D'Amico Ryans for Houston Texans is probably going to get Coach of the Year, because that dude took the second pick of the draft and a whole brand new team that was gutted, and basically got them dudes to play great football and got them into the playoffs. So, but I think Shane Steichen's going to be here for a long time. Now it's just time to see if Chris Ballard's going to be able to bring in the talent that's needed. I know he's against free agency and spending money, and he wants to spend money on people that he drafted, but sometimes you got to understand that you did not draft the best player, that the player that you drafted is not worth $20 million or $15 million a year or whatever. So, but hopefully going forward we'll be able to get some things done in Indy. That would be the goal at least. So I'll post up something next week. We'll kind of let the things simmer down, and we'll be looking out to see what happens as far as Gus Bradley goes. Will Shane Steichen relieve him of his duties and then get somebody else in there as a defense coordinator? Because I think we need some new juice. Our defense was only good when Buckner and Stewart were making plays and kind of getting things done. So hopefully we can get back to that, and then we can kind of see what happens. But that's it for the podcast today. I'll be back on probably in a couple of days.